So it's been a while since I have been on here. I have been super busy packing and sorting and cleaning and making reservations, lots of logisticals. So I actually have my notes here so I can kind of go over what has been happening. So we sold our house. I know the last time I said anything about us going on our adventure, we were still a year and a half out from doing that. However, things have changed, and now we push that date back or forward quite a bit. So we sold our house. We did that on the 30th of December, and now we have to be out of the house on the 15th. So actually the 16th technically, but we're going to leave on the 15th. We bought a travel trailer, so that's super exciting. I'll do another video once we get the travel trailer here. I'll do a video, just like a quick tour, and tell you all the logistics on that. Something that I was worried about that I talked about in previous videos was, me hoping that the new owners would appreciate the garden, and use that hopefully to their family's health and benefit. And when these buyers first came in, they were wanting us to tear down all of the garden beds that I had done, the Rick built, and that was very heartbreaking to me. And then the daughter, which is she's older, she's probably in her 20s. She came and looked at the property and she fell in love with the garden beds. So they're keeping all of the garden beds. They're very excited to harvest the garlic and the onions and the celery and the what else? The broccoli, and even the lettuces. Are keeping all the lettuces and the radishes. So it just warmed my heart knowing that the labor that I have put into the gardens over the past few years is going to be loved by a new family. So that's really special to me. So this new adventure that we're going on, we are going to be traveling. With the state of the economy right now, things are a lot more expensive than what they were when we first decided that this is what we were going to do. Gas prices are really expensive. And we're starting this adventure in the winter months. So I think what we're going to do is we're probably just going to travel the southern states, go visit family, friends, meet new people. I have a little list so far of some new individuals from a homesteading community that I'm hoping that we will be able to meet and create some content with them. So back to the plans. We already have our first destination picked out, and we have reservations there too. So once we get to that destination, I'll do some videos on it, and I'll kind of tell you, some of the features, or I don't know, I'll take you on some of the adventures that we go on as a family. So everybody's super excited for it. So it's super exciting. It's a whole new world for us, and it's wherever the roads will take us, pretty much. And that's such a mind-blowing concept, because we've always been stuck in this daily grind. Wake up, get the kids ready, go to work, go to school, come home, clean up, eat dinner or make dinner, then eat it, and then clean up again, and then do clean up again for like showers and stuff, and then it's off to bed. And it's been that way for years and years and years. And that's what most of us know. And now it's just so different, like where our home is going to be on wheels, and trying to prepare for what we're going to encounter during this adventure. You can get stuck in so many what ifs. So I think my husband and I, Rick and I, were really struggling, like what do we pack? How do we prepare for this new lifestyle that we're gonna live, So we're just trying to think very practically, and maybe pick things up along the way. So it's very, very different. All right, so our animals, I'm making sure that all of our animals are in good, clean bill of health, making sure they're out of their flea medicine. The fleas here have been so bad, like really, really bad. I've never seen them this bad before. My animals have never had fleas like this before. They always get fleas in the summer. We use Advantage, or it's another one that we get from PetSmart. But this year, like, nothing has worked. We've tried 3 different medications, different soaps. I've even used like essential oils to try and keep the fleas away and out of the house and even out of the yard. And I just cannot get rid of these buggers. So I took 2 of my animals into the vet and I told him about it, and he prescribed a new medication for them. I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, it's a once-a-month pill that they eat. I am not a big fan of feeding my animals medication or toxins that can make them sick, but also, it's a poison. It makes their body, their blood, undesirable to fleas and ticks. And to me, that's just, I don't like that, but I more so don't like being bitten. I don't like them being bitten, or my children being bitten. And it's like the lesser of 2 evils, so I don't know. If any of you have suggestions, I'm all ears, because I don't know any organic, safe substance that I can put on my dogs or internally that will keep the fleas off of them. I've used garlic. I used to use garlic a long time ago, but over the past couple of years it doesn't work, and their farts are really, really bad when they eat garlic. So I've tried garlic, peppermint oil, apple cider vinegar with, I think it's peppermint oil and tea tree oil mixed together with cast-iron soap, I think is one that I've used. Anyways, I've used several different things to try and get rid of the fleas, and nothing has worked. So I resorted going in and picking up an actual prescribed medication to try and get rid of these fleas, because that would be absolutely horrible, having all of my animals infested with fleas and us living in a tiny travel trailer. That would be just miserable. So we're getting the animals taken care of, making sure they all have a clean bill of health. and then that part will be done. Oh, so I love cooking sometimes. Actually, scratch that. I don't love cooking. It's always like a struggle to me, trying to find something that everybody in my household will enjoy eating. It's like they have very few things that everybody wants to eat. So it's very, I just get really anxious trying to make meals that everybody will love, but it's also nutritionally dense for them. So doing all the packing and trying to decide on what the heck we're going to like use in the travel trailer, there is not that much room. I was like, there's hardly any room. So most of my pots are going into storage. All of my rice cooker and my slow cooker and my bread machine. Actually, my bread machine I'm getting rid of because I don't even use it anymore. But what else? My big stock pot. I can't believe I put that into storage. I use that all the time. What am I gonna make my bone broth with? That's like, well, I'm gonna use the Instapot, but I've never used an Instapot, and I used it for the first time the other night, and I made so I cooked a whole chicken, and it was fall off the bone. Like the bone, like you could squish it with your fingers by the time it was done cooking. But it had no flavor at all. And I followed an instruction that came from the Instapot recipe book, the online one, and the flavor was so bland. It was just really, really bad. So that was a fail. Thankfully, Rick came in and saved the day. He added some seasonings to the chicken. He like shredded it and put it in a pan, put some more garlic seasoning, some ginger, some of the gravy that was in the bottom of the pot from the chicken cooking, because the recipe called for 3 cups of chicken broth. Nala, no. Psh, psh. She's getting up in the windowsill. Let's see if I can turn this around. Actually, I can't, but you see her over there? Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so it was 3 cups of broth, and all the dripping. So when I took it out, I made a gravy with it, and then Rick used part of that gravy in the shredded chicken with the ginger and garlic seasoning, and it actually turned out pretty tasty. And then I was like, okay, well, what can we have with this? We need some type of filler. So I made some Spanish rice in the cooker, and the whole bottom like burnt. So that was also a fail. So it'll be a definite learning curve for me, trying to cook with the Instant Pot. So if any of you cook with an Instant Pot, please send me your tricks and tips, because this is new and this will be my primary cooking utensil once we get into the travel trailer. I know reading online about the Instapot, we're probably going to be doing most of the cooking outside because I don't want the steam going into the travel trailer. I want to try and keep that travel trailer as dry as possible. We actually have a dehumidifier that we're going to be using to try and keep the inside of the travel trailer dry, because travel trailers are prone to like mold and mildew just from condensation buildup from body heat. So we're really going to try hard to keep as much moisture out of the travel trailer. So cooking in the Instapot, that's going to be done outside. But the travel trailer actually has a 120 or a 12 volt plug-in, a couple of them outside. So that'll be super convenient when we're hooked up to like electricity at a facility or something. All right, what next? Oh yeah. So we got the pod. I'm actually going to put that in this video of them delivering the pod. It's a 16-foot pod, and we have been like packing that. Rick is a wonderful packer, so he's been doing all of the packing, like getting everything in the pod, and that thing is just plumb full. There's no nooks or crannies or anything from the back going forward to where it's at now. We have a few more items that we need to get into the pod. We're getting our water filtration system cut tomorrow, and then we'll get that into the pod, and then we can put our fridge in the pod, and then our washer and dryer in the pod, and then a couple of other little things. Like we have a table, the one that Nala was sitting on over there by the windowsill, or sitting next to. So we have that, the table, and then a couple more boxes. Not too much more. There's not a lot more that will be going into the travel trailer. It's like I look around the house and I see just stuff everywhere. No, Nala. I see stuff everywhere and I'm like, oh my gosh, we still have so much to do. But the majority of the stuff that's left in the house, we're either taking or it's going to be donated on the last day that we're here. Like this couch, we're not going to keep this couch. We just don't have room for it. I don't know, Rick wants to keep it. I say let's not keep it. We're still going back and forth on that. He's afraid that we're going to, once we do get into a new house, we're going to be sitting on the floor because we will have no furniture, which in essence, that will be the case. We'll have like our chairs that we take with us, like our camping chairs. So yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But I mean, there's not really much left to pack up. So I think that's about it. Oh, and you know, our garage is outside. We opened up our garage so that we could move stuff in and out of there on the back side. We have a door that goes into the backyard that's in the garage. And then we have our main garage door opener that goes into the alley. Well, we had the garage door open so that we could get to the back of the garage so we could move stuff into the pod. And both of us had boxes and we were moving it into the pod, so the garage was left unattended, and someone stole Rick's bike. So that was quite the bummer. We're pretty frustrated by it. It was like a $1,500 bike, and now he doesn't have one. So now we have to go out and buy one, and it's very frustrating. It was brand new. So I hope whoever stole that bike out of our garage, I hope they get better use out of it than what Rick would. So anyways, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to switch over to my phone, take you guys outside, show you the garden really quick, and then I'll post the video of the pod. Sorry, this video is going to be just a little long. I hope you guys don't mind, but there was a lot to cover in this video. So, all right, shut it off there. Well, here it is, you guys. We have our pod to start loading our stuff inside. This is what is this one? A 16 foot? It is a 16 foot. We wish it was a little taller, so we can fit our sofa in standing on its end. I don't know, we may be able to get it in there. We'll have to see. Rick doesn't think so though. All right. Look at this is a pod. Yeah, this is what we're gonna put all of our stuff in.
And then we go to the new house right now?
What? No, not right now. So as you see, my chicken coop is gone. We gave our chickens away to a good home with children. I'm not gonna lie, I cried. I will miss my chickens, and it's gonna be a lonely time without them. But we'll get more chickens, right? Once we get to our final destination. All right, you guys, just a quick video, kind of show you what was happening early this morning. It's like 7:30 right now, and it's like 35 degrees here. It is really, really cold. So the garden is actually doing really well. It looks wonderful. I'll flip this around so you guys can windshield see. This morning. So in here, this is the radishes, and they're getting nice and big. Freedom, out of the way. So you can see down in there. So those are getting big, nice and healthy. Some of them aren't that big, but they'll get bigger. And over there, that is the romaine lettuce, and that's all doing well. And here is the broccoli, still doing really good. Here is the Brussels sprouts. You see these things, man? I really dislike these aphids. They're gross. Anyways, so the Brussels sprouts and my Swiss chard and some more romaine lettuce. You see, I have another potato that sprouted up back there. I thought that was funny. And then this one is still doing really well. And then the apothecary garden, I actually pulled out a lot. I'm actually keeping this one. So I'm gonna go put this aloe in a different plant, or in a different pot, and that's gonna go with me. But there's the rest of it. It's not too much over there. And then I can't believe this thing is still growing. I thought for sure that it would have died off with the other pepper plants until next season, but this is a Tabasco plant. And then we have the oregano. I still haven't cut all these long pieces off. Oh well, we'll just leave it there. It seems healthy. It's got a whole bunch of new life growing in there, so that's good. And here's another oregano. And then I have some thyme and some sage back there. I was going to cut the serrano plants down, but there's a little bit left on here, so I thought I would leave it for the new occupants. And then I have some parsley and my baby's breath, which I love. Over here, my peppers are still alive. They're just dormant, so they're not really doing anything. They'll start growing again next spring, hopefully. And then look at all of this. My goodness, this is all my celery, and it's just doing wonderful. It's growing so big, and the stalks are super healthy looking. Oh, I mean, the leaves are like thick, and they're crisp, and they're like just really sturdy. So I'm super happy with it. I really hope that the new owners enjoy the celery. And then over here, this is the onions, and they're all doing really well. There's even some that started popping up over here, like this one. And I thought I seen one over here. Oh yeah, right there. So there's another one. So that's exciting. I'm glad that we have some that's coming up. So that's good. Anyways, so there's all the onion. I got rid of my chickens. It's all just empty space over there now. Hopefully they'll utilize all the compost in the ground, because that sure will be good fertilizer. This is it. Oh, look at this. I have tomatoes. I have a bunch of tomatoes. Where are they at? Oh, there's a little one, and there's another one, and I have a whole bunch here. There's another one. There's another one. Oh, there's one right there. And there's another one. So just super crazy, right? And there's another one. So I have two. There's that one and then that one there. And then I mean, look at all the blossoms that are on here. Just crazy, right? And this is the Paul Robeson tomato, so hopefully they will enjoy that tomato. That's like a red tomato. And then over here, look, I took all this out. Actually, I had the kids take this out. We're gonna come in here and weed eat, edge everything this weekend. And then over here, I actually have tomatoes that have volunteered over here. But this is all my garlic too. So I really haven't done anything with this space back here. I need to get in here and weed. I'm gonna do that this weekend. I was thinking I would leave this in here, but I think maybe I'll transplant it because I don't think it'll do good with the, I don't think it'll do good with the garlic in there. I'll read up on it and see what it says. Anyways, so I got one little lone flower in there. All my soil I've dumped out over here. Look at back here. This is almost all empty. So that's super empty. The garage is almost completely emptied. Of course, there's the pod. That's a 16-foot pod. And then, yeah, the house, the yard. I mean, it's so bare now, you know?